Hi everyone, Mrs. Jones here. In this video, we are going to take our exploration of taxes, tips, and sales one step further, and we're going to do some tricky problems. You probably remember the key to life that you've been learning, right? Which is our part over our whole equals our percent over 100, right? This is what we've been calling a percent proportion. So today we are going to keep thinking about a percent proportion. But we're going to think about it in terms of taxes, tips, and sales. And so we're going to think about the top being the new price, which may be the sale price. It could also be the price including the tax or the tip. And we're going to think about the denominator as being our original. And then we'll obviously compare it to the percent over 100, right? And it makes sense right here that my 100% would be connected to my original. So let's keep this in mind as we look at the next few questions. So it says if a watch is on sale for 25% off and the sale price is $60, what was the original cost of the watch? So we want to think about our percent proportion, okay? We know that the original goes on the bottom in the denominator, and the original is what we're looking for. So I'm going to put X right here. I know that 100 always goes in my bottom right, and I know that I'm thinking about something being 25% off. Well, I always start with 100%. And if it's 25% off, that means that the percent that remains is 75%. And the sale price was 60. So in other words, this is another way of saying that $60 is 75% of what number? That number being our original price. We then remember that we can use cross multiplication, right? So I can say that 75x equals 6,000. I would then go divide by 75 on both sides, and I'm going to get an answer of X equals $80. So I know the original price of my watch was $80. I want you to pause the video here and try this one on your own. Great, you're back. It says if a cell phone is on sale for 15% off and the sale price is $520, what was the original price? Well, hopefully you set up your percent proportion to be 520 over X. Again, we're looking for that original price and equals 85 over 100. If it's 15% off, right? If it's 15% off, I'm taking that away, which means 85 remains. You're going to do cross multiplication. So you'd get 85x equals 52,000. You would divide by 85 on both sides. And assuming you used a calculator, which of course you're welcome to do so here, you would have gotten a long decimal. But remember, when we're dealing with money, we're always going to round to the nearest hundredth. So the original price would have been $611.76. All right, what if we have something that says this? It says a pair of shoes is on sale. The sale price is $120 and the original price was $150. What's the percent discount? Let's go back to our percent proportion and set. I know I always have 100 on my bottom right. I know my original goes on the bottom left, which is 150. And I know 120 is the new price, so that's going to go in the numerator. What I'm looking for is the percent. So I'm going to put X in the percentage spot. I'm then going to use cross multiplication. So I'm going to have 150X equals 12,000. And then I'm going to divide by 150 on both sides. And that, divided by 150, divided by 150, and I'm going to get X equals 80. So if we go back and we think about the context of this problem, this is telling me that the pair of shoes for $120 is 80% of the original cost, which was $150. So if that means that it's 80% of it, I always start my percentages at 100. So if I'm taking away 80%, that means that there was a 20% discount. So the answer here is 20%. Because if what remains is what I paid, which is the 120, is the equivalent of 80%. If what remains is 80%, then what was taken off, what was the discount, was 20%. Okay, you bought a new calculator for $21, which included a tax of 5%. What was the original price of the calculator before the tax? So let's start to set up our proportion. Again, 100 is going to go here. I know I'm looking for my original price. I know my new price is $21. And now I have to remember the important thing here about tax. Remember tax, we always add on to 100. I'm going to add the 5%, which is going to get me to 105. So I'm dealing with a percentage on the top of 105. And remember, this is like me saying that $21 is 105% of what number? That number being the original price. That's what we're looking for. So again, you're going to do your cross multiplication. So I'm going to get 105x equals 2,100. I'm going to then go divide by 105 on both sides. And my answer is going to be 20. So the original cost of the calculator was $20 before the 5% tax. All right, I would like you to pause the video and try this one on your own. Great, you're back. You also bought some new notebooks. You spent $46, which included a 6% tax. What was the original cost of the notebook? So hopefully you set up your percent proportion. Again, we're looking for that original cost. So I know I have X in my denominator. We have a 6% tax, and we always add tax, which is why my numerator is 106, and then 46 was the new price. So again, we're going to do our cross multiplication. So you end up with 106x equals 4,600. You divide by 106 on both sides. Again, you have to round this one, but you should have gotten $43.40. And it makes sense here, right? That you want your original number to be less than the number with tax, right? If I'm adding tax on, then if I'm thinking about what was it before the tax, I want a number that's smaller. Okay, a family paid $60 at a restaurant, which included a 15% tip. What was the original cost of the bill? Hopefully you're getting the hang of this here. We have 100 on the bottom. We have our 60 on top because that's the new price. I'm looking for the original price, and now I'm thinking about tip. Remember, tip is something that we also add on. So my percentage in my numerator is going to be 115. I'm going to do my cross multiplication. So I end up with 115x equals 6,000. I'm going to divide by 115 on both sides, which again, this time I'll also have to round. And when I do that, your answer is about $52.17. All right, so one more here. It says the bill for your lunch was $24. You decided to leave $30. What percent tip did you give? So again here, now you're looking for the percentage. So try setting this one up on your own. All right, you're back. So hopefully you set up your percent proportion. Our original bill, the original bill here was $24. So that's going to go in my denominator. The new price becomes my numerator of $30. And again, the percent that I'm looking for becomes my X. I do my cross multiplication, which becomes 24x equals 3,000. You're going to divide by 24, and you're going to get 125. But remember, that means here, that's another way of saying that 30 is 125% of 24. But that 125% right here includes the bill and the tip. So I want to go backwards and I want to take away the bill, which is the 100%, and I want to figure out what's just the tip. And so if you'll see in the bottom there, I did that subtraction, which shows that my tip is 25%. All right, I hope this makes sense. I know they're a little bit tricky, but I hope you get the hang of it, and let me know if you have any questions.